So, it is Thursday, April 7th, 2022, and let's see, I actually had to have a list of things I wanted to mention, but I guess the first thing is, like, a few days ago I actually was doing this, and got up to like 15 minutes or so, and I realized that I had gone into some less than savory thought patterns that I don't like. I recognize I don't like when I go there, so I stopped and I was like, okay, well, I didn't like that. It sounded kind of, I didn't like it. So I still wanted to do one of these, so I started over, and made it to about 6 minutes, and started going into the same thing. And I was like, okay, let's try again. So the third time, I got up about 5 minutes. I was doing okay. I liked where it was going. I liked how it was going. And but then the tablet died, and it was weird. It still had battery life, but then it just died. It was low, and I guess it went to a power saving mode, and I was just like, I'll just accept it. So that was a couple days ago, and it's like, and now, a couple days later, I was trying to remember, what was it that I was bothered about? And then after I remembered, but now it's like, it's just barely there. I don't feel as bothered by it. It was just a minor, what I sometimes like to call a petty contrivance. It only matters momentarily. I feel strongly about it. I might be offended about it, but then I don't remember it. And it's like, well, how real was it? How offended was I if I don't just have a lasting impact, a lasting mark? And even now, I'm like, what was it again? So, anyway, I remember now. But I can about it as much as I like. So, anyway, it's mostly about the things that I don't understand, and like, things that make sense, and things that maybe they'll make sense later, maybe they won't. But being okay about it, regardless of conditions or situation or occurrence or coincidence or whatever. But life goes on. So, anyway, I did go for a run yesterday, and I already posted something that included this, but it is from yesterday. It was a run of 6s, 66 minutes, 66 seconds. And I felt good about it. It was only 3 days after my run of 7s, so it was good. It was a nice day, even though it was drizzly and overcast. And today it was much the same. The sun would break out every now and again, and like now. And let's see, what was the next thing on the list? I've gotten some good writing done. I like it. I've been doing a little bit more offline writing. Again, there is no, it's just fragmentary and piecemeal. There's no, like, it's not organized into like any sort of, anything for anybody else. It makes sense to me, because it is for me, but it's not put together in any sort of narrative, I guess. Or, I don't know. It's not fit for consumption. And other than that, I guess, what else is going on? I went over and picked up Barbara yesterday. I'm still not going to the Tuesday night. So I'm only going to 2 meetings a week. I'm going to Wednesday night and Thursday night. I'm having my own little personal, I'm doing things. Standing up for myself, kind of thing. Being my own person, and my right to exist sort of thing, and not letting other people define me and tell me that I'm being myself incorrectly, as though they know how I should be because they want me to be like how they want me to be. And it's like, and if I'm not cooperating with how they want me to be for them, then I'm bad or I'm wrong because I'm not living up to their expectations. And it's like, and it gets into all sorts of contradictory and hypocrisy sort of material, which I don't, and I can't point this out to anybody, because no matter what you do, no matter what I do, I always turn out to be the bad guy or I'm wrong. It's like, I don't think I do this to other people or I hold them accountable, and maybe I do. But I don't talk to that many people, so I don't think I possibly could, because it's like I haven't interacted with another. It's like if I don't talk to anybody, I can't be, blamed for stuff that goes on or something like that. Oh yeah, that was the other thing. But I'll get to that later. So I did go and pick up Barbara yesterday evening, and we went to the 8 o'clock, and we were sitting there. It was just myself and her and the new secretary. And all of a sudden, and it was getting like 15 minutes till the hour, and all of a sudden, I wasn't expecting it. The local treatment center clients, it was just a ragtag bunch of scoundrels, miscreants, misfits, ne'er-do-wells, what's the word? Motley crew. Yeah, I hadn't used that one in a while. We're not the motley best, we're not the motley worst, but we certainly are motlier than most. Yes. So they all of a sudden just showed up and started pouring through the door, and then rounding out the tables, and it was just like being surrounded. It's like, and yeah, so I was like, okay, well, they just showed up out of nowhere, and it's like, no one told me that they were gonna all of a sudden start coming back, because the last time they were like, well, I guess we're not going to that meeting ever again. It's like, I wonder how long that's gonna last, because they every so often, stop going to that anyway. And then a couple other of the regulars showed up afterwards, completely taken off guard. It's like, what the hell is this about? And they just seemed like it's like they did not. They looked, they were, I don't know what that look was, but they didn't like it. That was the point. And they didn't know if they were like, maybe we should just go, because they are the type that do not they don't like change. As much as they talk about, things that they talk about, they like routine, they don't like change, and they definitely don't like their meeting being corrupted and contaminated by people who suffer from problems other than alcohol and alcohol-related issues. Because it is a closed meeting. It is for people with problems with alcohol and alcohol-related problems. Yeah. And so when people come in, it's like, yeah, it's the treatment center. They treat all manner of things other than alcohol. So, and not everybody wants to be there. Court systems are, putting people into treatment on the taxpayers' money to try to habilitate people and stuff like that. So anyway, you get some different sorts. But anyway, since they were there, and it's like, I don't know, what am I supposed to do? Kick them out? I'm not in charge. It's like, anyway, so I just accepted it as that. But, and it's up to anybody else. So if you don't want to leave, leave. Anyway, so they stayed. the treatment center crew, they stayed. I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to, that would be hypocrisy on my part, kind of. As far as like loyalty, I don't know. I have fluctuating allegiances with things. It's weird like that. So we had a meeting, it was awkward, but when isn't it awkward? At least to me. So, and it was cool. I'm kind of like, I don't know, because I feel a lot of eyes on me, looking at me to see what's normal and how to behave and how to talk. And I cannot tell. It's like, who knows? I just know that I'm there, and I'll just talk like how I talk, say what I say, and the rest, it's really not my concern. I mean, people think what they think, believe what they believe, do what they do, and whatever they understand, they understand. And it's like, a lot of people are not going to they're not going to change their ways. They're just doing it because they are being mandated to do so. Maybe, but I don't know who is there to actually change their life or to let their life be changed. I can't sort them out. It's not my job. I'll just do what I do, and some will do what they do, and who knows where they go from after. So, that's my position on that. But as far as I'm concerned, I'm just there to, continue to perform as myself to the best of my ability, despite, any sort of outside interference, trying to persuade me to be like how I am wanted to be because of convenience and things like that. I'm not a convenient sort. So, and then we closed the meeting like usual, and escorted Barbara back home. I am her ride, of course. And so from like our average of between 5 and 9 people, we had an extra 20 people at the meeting. So it was definitely alive, and the material that was discussed, it was a treatment center meeting. They took over. I couldn't keep that from happening, because that's just going to happen whenever they show up. It becomes a treatment center meeting, and they talk about all manner of things. You can't predict it, and you can't control it, and you can try, but you're going to end up hurting somebody's feelings, or who knows. So it's just better just to listen and play it by ear. So that's what we did. And the people that were there that didn't really appreciate the newcomers, even though they talk about the newcomers being the most important thing, but then when newcomers show up, they're like, don't like it. I don't know. But they did not share. They did not speak. They talk about how important it is for the old timers to be around, to be present, and to instruct, and then they didn't even say a word. So that kind of showed me where they are. And another lesson of what I don't want to be. It's like, why do you think that I want to be like you when you behave so childishly in public? It's like, as far as like that aspect of like basic human decency, I don't know. It's like they claim to be the ones that they know what they're doing. They know what I should be doing, but then they behave like that and then leave the rest of us just, I don't know. And it's like, I don't know what I'm doing, and I just keep trying. And so I think that's good. Maybe I could do more, maybe I could do better, but I don't know. But I keep trying, and maybe that's what they're doing too. But they sure have a lot more time invested in this, but I don't know. If time is all they have, then what good is it? I don't know. These are questions beyond my ability. So, and then today, I did keep my appointment and got my taxes done. Federal and taxes here, Indiana taxes. Because I did my Wisconsin property taxes back in February. No. I got them done in January. Yeah, January, late January. And I remember mentioning, because it's like how many months I'm going to procrastinate before I get my federal taxes done. And a couple months. I had all the information back then, but it took me till now to do something about it. Which ended up, because I was debating on this vacation that I'm on right now, this week, driving up to Wisconsin and staying in a hotel and visiting my brother up there in Wisconsin for a few days. And so at the beginning of this week, I went to schedule to get my taxes done, and they couldn't do it, or they didn't offer to do it that day. And so I had to schedule an appointment, and it turned out to be today, which, if I had wanted to go up to Wisconsin, would have been in the middle of my travel. So I was like, well, and I took the appointment. And sure, I could have done my taxes, a couple days later, or, I could have still done the trip if I wanted to, if I really wanted to. I hadn't even booked a hotel. But I just went in and scheduled the appointment, and it's like, I don't know. I just haven't felt extremely motivated to contact or talk with my brother. I'm not sure how I feel about that. He's tried to contact me a couple times now, but I've heard some things, and I don't know how I feel about what is going on up there, and I don't think I can talk about it, because I don't know anything. But I just get the impression that, it's like, I don't know. So I decided not to go. Obviously, I'm still here. And this would have been my last... No, I might have spent Friday up there too. I would have driven back either Friday or Saturday. But anyway, so I didn't go. I felt a little bad about it, because I thought to myself that I was going to go. But no one knew that except for some people at work who I mentioned it to. But no one else knew. So I'm not like, it wasn't like something I was expected. So I didn't have to worry about being disappointing somebody. Because sometimes I worry about just being a burden anyway, or unwanted, and people don't have the heart to tell me. So I didn't go, and I kept my appointment, got my taxes done. It wasn't as bad as anything as what I make out. And I had a nice conversation with Carolyn, who was my tax preparer, same as last year. And she remembered me too, which was always strange. Like, how do you remember so many people? I asked her. I don't know. She said she's done it for so many years that, it's just become... She remembers interesting people or something. I don't know what that means. It's like, I guess I'll take it as a compliment. I can choose to take it as a compliment, I guess. So, I And I was thinking about, because we had a nice little conversation, just, pleasantries and little things about stuff. And I realized that when I was all done, and I was leaving, I was like, if I didn't know better, I would swear that I'm just a regular person with regular, typical problems, typical this, typical that, normal this, normal that, from that performance I just gave. If anybody was watching, you would not know, I don't think. I think I did a really good job. And I was like, but I was exhausted. I was just like, and it's like I didn't realize how much that took out of me. And it shouldn't, but it does. And that's the kind of performance I'm giving all the time. And it's like I never realized how bothered, or how much it bothered me. And I just, well, this must be how it is for everybody. So it's like I'm just going to deal with it and just force myself to. And because I just thought, I just accepted that's how existence is. And it's like after I became aware of, oh, this isn't how it is. Oh, so there are other people that, then it's like all of a sudden it's like me being allowed to be bothered, me being allowed to have emotional responses and be exhausted, and it's like it's not me just being different for being different's sake, or it's real. And I still don't have the words to properly phrase things, but that's where it's nice. I never realized, because I never investigated, how many other people are really good at writing and translating their thoughts into words. Whether it's just inner monologue or poetry, imagery and analogy and things like that. But because I thought that I was somehow kind of special and more unique than some of the other people around me, because I do the writing thing. But the more I actually participate in more of a larger environment, the more I see that there's lots of other people doing exactly what I'm doing. I'm not as unique or as special as what I was giving myself credit for. But in my own little area, but other people have all sorts of things that I don't have. Things that I think that I want. Things, but they're not for me. I see the things that other people have, and it's like, no, I don't know how they. And it's like, but like I have what I have is for me, and they have what is for them, and they don't understand how I am okay with what is for me. And but for the most part, but it does get lonely just being me in my little world, in my own little fish pond. But that's what I know. And what else was there to talk about? I don't know. I'm going through the list. I didn't write it down. So I talked about taxes in Wisconsin and the treatment center and stuff. So there's nothing else going on, as far as I know. Yeah, so I'm glad I stuck around to get to this point. Glad for the person that just didn't give up, last year, or the year before, or the year before. All the versions of me, all the different incarnations. So, and the person a year from now is counting on me today to continue to make better choices, better decisions. And don't give up. Just keep trying. Doesn't have to make sense. And it's like, it's gonna hurt. It's okay. It's good. It's good that things hurt. When they stop hurting, that's bad. At least that's what I think. So as long as I'm still able to be hurt, that's a good thing. But it tends to be that I hurt my own feelings. So it's like, stop hurting my own feelings. I haven't figured that out. That one's a mystery to me. I doubt I'll ever figure that out. So, but I'm trying to contribute and be more present and give more, as much as I can, as much as I'm able, as much as I notice. I don't mind giving more when it's not being demanded, not being expected, and it's just I feel like I can give, and yeah. So anyway, the rest of it's in my writing. It's all scattered across scripts. So anyway, I should probably go. I've got my Thursday meeting to go to in a little while, and it is a windy day out there today. So I should go. Even though I didn't go up to Wisconsin, because I was planning on, taking some nice walks and photography and things, but it would have been nice. I would have found out exactly what's going on or what's not going on. But I thought that it's stressful, the drive. It's 10 hours of driving each way, and what could be accomplished by a simple couple phone calls. It's like, I don't have to be there. I'd like to be there, but I can't. I haven't perfected teleportation yet. So I'm enjoying my vacation, just doing whatever it is I do, the way I do it. It might not be much, but it's better than all of the nothing I used to do. So, work in progress, life in progress, all that stuff. So, I hope things are going okay. And I guess that's it. I'll get this one uploading, and then I'll